century ago, a 29-year-old Frenchman gave voice to a fragile, ambitious idea, powerful enough to unite the world. His name, Pierre de Coubertin. His idea, to restore the Olympics after an absence of 1,500 years. Tonight, a record 197 countries have come to Atlanta for the Centennial Olympic Games.
The International Olympic Committee has awarded the 1996 Olympic Games to the city of Atlanta.
We've been traveling far, without a home, but not without a star. Free, only want to be free. We huddle close, hang on to a dream. On the boats and on the planes, coming to America, never looking back again. Coming to America, home. Don't seem so far away. We're traveling light today. In the eye of the storm. In the eye of the storm. Everywhere around the world, they coming to America. Every time that flag's unfurled, they coming to America. Got a dream to take them there. They coming to America. Got a dream they come to share. They coming to America. They coming to America. They coming to America. They coming to America. They coming to America
And they are all here, from the land of a billion faces to 3 weightlifters from a tiny, remote South Pacific island. It's the first night of the 100th anniversary of the world's greatest sporting event, and no birthday party ever had an invitation list quite like this. Welcome to Atlanta's Olympic Stadium for the opening ceremony of these Centennial Olympic Games.
The flame burns now on the first day of competition at the Centennial Olympic Games.
Jingyi in first place, followed closely in lane 3 by Sandra Volger as they hit the wall in the turn for home.
Angel Martino at the bottom of your screen looks great. Here she is, right here. She can get off this turn. Come on. Perfect position. She's looking great at Jingyi.
Angel Martino had the lead with 1 length to the pole left.
Amy Van Dyken out at the bottom of your screen. She's coming up strong. What a kick. Look at their kick.
Amy Van Dyken in lane 7 coming on, but in lane 4, He Jingyi looking very strong. She has the lead as they head for the wall. He Jingyi will
Okay, here's the last play of the Dream Team game against Argentina. Just for good measure, floor-length pass. Shaq has it in the last second. Take that. That's the punctuation for the game. After leading by only 2 at the half, they win by 28.
Welcome to Day 3 of the games and Day 2 of the competition.
Tom Dolan, is he one length of the pole left from Olympic gold? He's got the lead. In fact, no names that count as they made the turn. Dolan was in second. And now they're just neck and neck. It's too close to call. Coming up on a half length to left. Dolan's starting to source just a little bit now, Dan, because he's starting to put his legs in it right here in the back. That's where he's starting to go now. Dolan in lane 3. I think he has a slight lead over Namesnick in 4. Can Dolan hang on? 5 meters left. It looks like he will. Yes! Eric Namesnick takes the silver medal for the second straight Olympics. Curtis Meiden wins the bronze. But Tom Dolan has just nailed down the very first gold medal in any sport for an American in these Centennial Games. There's no way they're going to catch him now. It's just a matter of how much they're going to beat the rest of the world. This might make a statement right now. The United States is back in the 800 freestyle relay. They have returned to the tradition back to the United States. 10 meters left for Ryan Berube. The United States wins gold again. In second is Sweden. And the bronze goes to Germany.
Spin me up, spin me out. Station to station, send me up and out. Is this what life and love is all about? I think so. You can see it coming over, turn it black and white. Yeah, it's only black and white. 'Cause the world is coming back. Does everybody know how the story really goes? How the story really goes? So we all just sing along. Sing it so it's turning on again. Big bang bang, it's a crash crash crash. I wanna cry but I gotta laugh. Oh, 'cause mama is a
It is the third day of competition here in Atlanta, and as we've learned through the years, there are Olympic highs and there are Olympic lows.
And it is Gary Hall Jr. in lane 5 who has the lead. Does he have enough left to get Olympic gold? That's exactly where he wanted to be. Now he is breathing to the other side. Alex Popov can see him coming home, and he's starting to put his legs into it right now. Gary Hall Jr. neck and neck, head to head with a Russian rocket. Full climb second.
Jenny Thompson is not looking as strong as we'd like to see. She needs to get off this wall and get higher in the water. We want to see her move her arms. She needs to start picking up her arm speed.
Thompson surging ahead after they touched about neck and neck at the wall. Jenny Thompson trying to take it home for American gold for the American women.
Boy, I tell you, she looked right into Sean Ying's eyes and she said, not again. I want it back. Look at her go. Her kick. She's going for gold.
The United States will win it. Jenny Thompson with a big surge. The time, 3:39.29. A new Olympic record and an American record.
What a way to finish such an amazing night. Another world record, another gold medal for the American women. Now Whitney Hedgebeck in the black cap, she can cut bands on everyone. She has a great finish. Beth Bunsford on the other hand likes to take it out. Beth needs to really pick it up right now. She needs to get off this wall.
It's just two legs to the pool. Botsford and Hedgebeth are 1-2. Botsford have the lead after the turn.
This is great position. Both these women swim the 200 backstroke. They can bring it home. Beth needs to get off the lane line. She needs to come into the middle of the lane.
You're right. She was leaning her right shoulder into that lane, has since straightened herself out, and is going for Olympic gold. Beth Botsford has the lead. 5 meters left. Botsford has Olympic gold. Hedgebeck a silver.
That finish was the most exciting thing I've ever seen. Beth Botsford swam that race so perfectly this morning. She took it out too fast. Tonight she held on and she just brought it home the last 5 minutes. She just turned 15 years old.
The Dream Team wound up beating Angola 87-54, and in contrast to the last meeting in 92 with Angola, Charles Barkley, as you see, the very model of decorum. In fact, that was Erlander Coimbra he was with, the guy he elbowed in the chest in Barcelona. Lowest point total ever for the Dream Team in Olympic competition, 92 or 96. Karl Malone, the high man, just 12 points.
Pretend you're high, pretend you're bored, pretend you're anything, just to be adored. And what you need is what you get. Don't believe in fear, don't believe in faith. Don't believe in anything that you can't break. Stupid girl, stupid girl. All you had to waste it. All you had to waste it.
From the Centennial Olympic Games, day 4 of competition, as we continue our coverage live from the International Broadcasting Center.
So it's Penny Hines who broke the Olympic record in prelims with a time of 2:26.63, a full body length lead, and Amanda Beard will have to have the finishing kick like nobody's business if she is going to get into the medal. She's currently in 3rd place behind Samantha Riley of Australia. So Hines, Riley, and then Beard as we head into the final 50 meters right now. And I don't think anyone's going to catch Penelope Hines.
No, she looks like she's way ahead, but watch Beard come on now. Hines has got a harder time in the 200 than she had in the 100.
Hines trying to become the first woman ever to win the 100 and 200-meter breaststroke in an Olympics. And here comes Amanda Beard at the 25-meter mark. Amanda Beard is pulled into 2nd place. She's chasing down Penny Hines. Samantha Riley in 3rd. The final 10 meters, will she catch her?
I don't think it's going to be very, very close. I think Hines is stretching just at the end.
Penny Hines for the walk. Got the gold, and Amanda Beard silver. Agnes Kovacs, a very strong finish for the bronze. An amazing Amanda. Not enough at the end to get gold, but the 14-year-old will go back to Irvine, California, and the sun will shine on silver for Amanda Beard and Penny Hines, the first women ever to win the gold twice, 100, 200, in the breaststroke in the Olympic Games. Jeff Rouse with a half body length lead in first. Trip Schwank in lane 2 would be third right now. And next to Rouse, Rodolfo Falcone looking for the silver. Jeff Rouse with 15 meters away from the wall. Jeff Rouse with the field closing on him. It's going to be very tight. Jeff Rouse reaching for the wall, and Rouse with the gold medal for the United States. Rodolfo Falcone with the silver. Trip Schwank finishes 5th, and the bronze will go to Bent, Nesser Bent of Cuba. So Jeff Rouse, a promise made in Barcelona, is kept in Atlanta.
Good.
Vladimir Pashenko against Gary Hall for the gold medal in the men's 400 freestyle, and Gary Hall Jr. has surged into the lead. Oh, he just had a tremendous turn, did not come up very well, but this guy right here is going to win the gold medal again. The tradition will continue for the United States. Gary Hall Jr. already has a silver medal around his neck. He's going to have a gold as well. 7 for 7, the domination continues. And the Americans pull it off in Olympic record time. 3:15.41. So with that win, the United States men have now won 100 Olympic gold medals in swimming, all time. A fitting milestone in these Centennial Games.
A 9.493. We've had one more Russian go. So Carrie Strug, it is up to her. If she can score 9.493, as you see her parents in the stands, or better, then she will win the team gold for the USA. She's the last to go. She's the only one who can do it.
She will also perform the same vault we just saw Moceanu sit down 2 in a row on.
Oh! 3 falls in a row for the Americans.
This is scary.
She is limping. Carrie is hurt.
Oh, this could be really bad news, John.
Strug either
Take it off. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, you can do it. Don't worry about it.
Carrie Strug is in trouble. She just stumbled there. She either turned her ankle.
Falls short just like Moceanu. I don't know the last time Carrie Strug did something like that. This is her event.
Up until the vault, here's the reaction of her parents. Up until the vault, it looked like the Americans would be a lock. Her first score, 9.162, not high enough. A couple of things at stake here. If Strug scores big, she will not only win the team gold, but she will advance to the individual all-around. Her teammate, Moceanu, will not. She knows what to do. She will go, and she is ready. Carrie Strug is hurt. She is hurt badly.
Well, John, we saw her limping after the first vault.
She has either twisted her ankle or something worse. She hurt herself on the first vault. Probably the last thing she should have done was vault again, but she did, and now she is in a lot of pain.
The amazing thing about it, though, John, she raised her hands overhead. Her head, she finished the vault.
Standing on one leg. We have got to find out if she's a 9.712. She has done it. Carrie Strug has won the gold medal for the United States team.
I don't care what you got. I don't care what you did.
Have reached the 5th day of competition here in Atlanta.
15 meters to the wall. Michelle Smith looking for her 3rd gold of the games. Michelle Smith looking for gold. Michelle Smith of Ireland has hit the trifecta with the gold medal for Michelle Smith, the lassie from Ireland. Marianne Lemperre of Canada with the silver, and Lynn Lee of China with the bronze. Allison Wagner of the United States in 6th. But the Michelle Smith saga continues, and you cannot stop the woman from the Emerald Isle. Pankratov of Russia in lane 5. He's in the lead. Pankratov 15 meters away. Pankratov looking for the double. Denis Pankratov, the world record holder, reaching for the wall. It'll be Denis Pankratov coming in first at 52.27. A new world record. Pankratov with the gold. Scott Miller of Australia gets Australia's first silver of the games. And out of nowhere, Vladislav Kulikov of Russia. So a Russian gold bronze with Miller with the silver and Pankratov with the world record.
Final is in from the Dream Team game. U.S. 104, Lithuania 82. Barkley the high man with 16 points.
So many storylines to bring you tonight. It's day 6 of competition here at the 26th Olympiad.
The judges getting ready. They're leaning over. Boom, they're in the water. Hard to tell at the beginning. Right away, it looks like Popoff and Hall. Slightly ahead, though, on the outside. Sanchez of Venezuela with a very good time. Now here comes Fox as well. It's hard to call. They're so close, right in the middle, 4 or 5. Popoff, Hall seems slightly ahead with 5 meters. Now Popoff moving slightly, inching ahead. It is Popoff, 22-13, winning the gold medal again, defending his Olympic championship. Gary Hall gets the silver medal.
And good morning, everyone, from a cloudy and muggy Atlanta for day 8 of our Olympic coverage on Westwood One and day 7 of competition. And this is the day when the competition of the games will change.
We're on world record pace, I believe, also. Bridgewater in first place. Schrenk in second place. Etoy, the closest competitor right now. The final 25 meters coming up, and Bridgewater is extending his lead. Bridgewater in first place. Schrenk in second. They're getting some competition, though, from Marisi from Italy. Marisi coming up in lane 6. He may catch for the silver, but Bridgewater still in front. The final 10 meters. Brad Bridgewater about to give the U.S. another gold medal. He touches. He wins. Time 1:58.54. Brad Bridgewater gives the U.S.
1-2 for the United States. Trip Schwenk in second.
The Americans sweep again. Gold, silver to the U.S. And very quickly, it looks like Angel Martino and Lu Jingyi in lanes 4 and 6. Lu Jingyi now a very slight lead, being challenged by Van Dyken. Lu Jingyi, though, looking in front. Lu Jingyi, the world record holder from China, being challenged by Van Dyken. It'll be very close. Lu Jingyi and Van Dyken. Lu Jingyi and Van Dyken. Let's see who wins. It is Van Dyken!
The games roll on, and the decision was unanimous. Hello again, everyone. I'm Adam Crawford, and here's what's happening. A bomb exploded in Centennial Olympic Park early this morning, killing 2 people and injuring more than 100 more. The blast occurred at the base of a light and sound tower adjacent to a concert that was going on. The FBI confirmed that the explosion was caused by an explosive device and not an electrical transformer, which was initially believed. The bomb exploded at 1:20 Eastern Time this morning, sending tourists scattering about the park. IOC Director Francois Carrard emphatically proclaimed that the games would still proceed.
The games will go on. I repeat, the games will go on. As I speak now, everything from the operational standpoint is ready. Buses are rolling, the athletes have been notified, and the games today will go on.
President Clinton agreed with that decision as well.
The Olympics will continue. The games will go on. The Olympic spirit will prevail. We must be firm in this. We cannot be intimidated by acts of terror.
Underway, choosing the world's fastest woman, Gail Devers is away quickly. Devers has the lead. Here comes Torrance and Adi. Devers trying to hold on. Adi and Torrance to the line. But what we Gail Devers that just bested Merlene Adi. They're right together with Gwen Torrance there. A very, very tight finish.
Well, if you look back, Gail Devers leaned. It looked like almost an exact same situation that happened last time. Gail Devers has a little hitch. She got out of the blocks like a shot, and I think that was the important thing for her in this race. She got out of the blocks very, very quickly. She put the race in everybody else's mind. She was out front, and she said, what I really have to do is get out front, and I need to control the race from there. Merlene Adi in the colors of Jamaica is moving up very fast. As you see Gwen Torrance on closest to you on the screen, moving up fast too. Perhaps Torrance leaned a little bit early. Gail Devers dipping that right shoulder, dipping that head. Does that look familiar, Tom, or what?
That is a tight finish.
Gail Devers, the specialist in close victories. You mentioned the 1992 Olympic Games. She's done it in other championships where it's been decided by thousands, not just hundreds.
So Gail Devers did get there. That lean, that familiar lean by Gail Devers enables her to hold on, nipping Merlene Adi and Gwen Torrance. Gail Devers repeats as the 100-meter champion. And finally a clean start. Mitchell is away with Bolden there. And Frank Fredericks is turning it on. Here's Bolden. Otto Bolden and Bailey. Donovan Bailey over Canada.
Unofficially, the win is legal. If it holds up, a new world record.
Donovan Bailey with a furious closing kick, and now we wait for the official time to see if indeed he has set the world record.
Last year in Gothenburg, Sweden, he came to town an underdog. He took the town by storm. He was everywhere, partying, having a good time.
Well, Linford Christie has his own agenda, but he can forget about it if this time holds up.
And it's official, 9.84, a new world record.
Donovan Bailey, born Jamaica, lives in Canada, wearing the maple leaf, sets a world record and claims the title, world's fastest human.
I'll always think of you inside of my private thoughts. Can't imagine you touching my private heart. And just the thought of you can't help but touch myself. That's why I want you so bad. This one night yeah, with you there beside me all night. Do it again and again. You know I want you so bad, baby, 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 ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, I get so high when I'm around you, baby. I can touch the sky. You make my temperature rise, baby. You're making me high. Ooh, baby, baby, baby.
A beacon to the world's athletes, the Centennial Olympic Games, in the serene splendor of summer in the South. A celebration of a century of the modern Olympic Games. A tribute to the enduring power of the Olympic ideal. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this 10th day of the Centennial Olympic Games. I'm Greg Gumbel.
And here she comes to Olympic Stadium, and of course one of the charms of this marathon is that sometimes the experts are surprised when a young woman like Fatima Roba of Ethiopia can surprise, and here she comes to the stadium. A packed house at 9:30 in the morning to welcome the women's marathon winner. This will amount to a victory lap as she'll take a circuit of the course here at the stadium to the applause of the crowd.
And they ring the bell for a bell lap for Roba.
And the crowd's cheers will carry her around the track.
A standing ovation. This will not be the last applause for Ethiopian athletes at this Olympics, as 3 women and 2 men have already qualified for their respective finals at 10,000 meters. The defending champion Derartu Tulu in the women's 10,000, the heavy favorite Haile Gebrselassie in the men's 10,000.
A wonderful ovation now for Fatima Roba of Ethiopia as she comes through the home stretch for the final time. She will become the first African woman to ever win a medal in the Olympic marathon. History made today in Atlanta.
Whitmarsh and Dodd were down 10-6. They now trail by just 3, 11-8. But we're playing a game to 12, and Karch Kirai and Ken Stebbins have their first chance for the goal.
You saw the Kirai cheering section and family all on their feet, all but Laz.
Karch will serve it. Pinky hat pandemonium in the stands. was worth it.
Incredible drama. God and Whitmarsh would not go away, but today it belonged to Karch Kiraly and Kent Steffes. Karch wins his 3rd gold medal. Kent Steffes was marvelous today in both games. They take it 2-0 and are the Olympic gold medalists.
We'll count it down inside of 10 seconds now in Atlanta. Kukoc, the lob again for Raja, and he slams it. Good communication. And that'll do it as Reggie Miller puts it up at the buzzer, length of the floor, and almost got it to go about 75 feet away. Our final score at the Georgia Dome. Dream Team 3, 102. The Croatians, 71.
The 10th day of competition here in Atlanta, and a night that could go down as one of the most memorable in Olympic history.
Michael Johnson with his first steps toward track immortality. Michael Johnson taking it out fairly casually right now as they swing around the back stretch.
We haven't seen him going full speed in any of the qualifying rounds. He's been holding back, trying to save something perhaps for this final in the 200 meters, but he's running now.
Now he's kicked it into gear, and Michael Johnson reaches back. Coming to the head of the straightaway, and Michael Johnson has the lead. Now through the straight, and Michael Johnson opens up a huge advantage. Michael Johnson is front, and he's cruising for the finish. Michael Johnson coming home all by himself. Michael Johnson is halfway to history.
43-49. A new Olympic record for Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson setting the Olympic record, nipping the mark set by Quincy Watts in Barcelona. No world record for Michael, but perhaps if you want to concentrate on winning 2 gold medals and doing the double that no one has ever done, perhaps the wisest strategy. Certainly no one pressed him in this race.
It never was in question. Michael certainly ran within himself the first 200 meters, and you were right to spot it. It was around that turn where he really started to run, and a very impressive home stretch, gapping the field. This was not a victory. He demolished the best 400-meter runners in the world.
At the top of the runway, Mr. Carl Lewis, as he begins to study down the runway. If you go back 110 years or so, the world record then was 23 feet 2 inches. And you can see it's up over 29 now. So Citius Altius Fortius does rule.
They're getting better and better, but I don't think we're going to see any 29 feet tonight, though. One never knows. Carl Lewis, the top of the runway, concentrating.
This is Lewis's third jump, and he can try and put it out there. The pressure to some extent is off him because it looks right now like he's got an excellent chance to advance. He is number 3 of the 13 jumpers here in the final. They will take the top 8. Lewis staring down the runway, rocking back and forth, licking his lips. sometimes just kind of mumbling quietly to himself. Now he backs up. The athletes will have markers by the side of the runway here, and they have their own checkpoints as they move down to try and adjust their speed down the runway. The distance they run is about 60 yards. Is their run. Lewis simply standing there in the U.S. colors, which are a very dark blue with white on the side, USA right on the chest and red background and white letters. He starts his run down the runway. Nobody is faster down this runway. Lewis pumping his arms. He drops down. He lifts well. Good job. Ooh. That's a very good job. Ooh. Lewis has given everybody else something to remember tonight. And this crowd of about 80,000 is going wild. I'm looking around. Everybody is standing and cheering Carl Lewis right now. I'm looking in the upper deck, the middle deck. Everybody is on their feet, and there is a deafening roar. Lewis may have uncorked an effort that may turn out to be the winner. Too soon for sure.
We're waiting for the call. He was definitely pleased. He didn't seem overwhelmed like it was a world record setter, but he was really happy with it.
He is out at least, I would say, to 27.5 feet or more. Lewis drops down, got most of the board, got over to the right-hand side. Lewis out 8 meters. 50 centimeters, and that translates to 27 feet, 10 3/4 of an inch for Carl Lewis.
The reopening of Centennial Olympic Park today has reestablished the spirit and emotion of these games. Day 11 of competition.
Last lift in the competition.
And this is pressure right here. He needs this lift. He has to be successful to win the gold medal. Comes out of the bottom awful quick there. Now the hard part. He's got it. 573 pounds. A world record, a tremendous job by Shermerkin.
That also ties his world record in the total, 1,008 pounds. He is the gold medalist and will wear the label of the world's strongest man.
Andre Shermerkin, only 24 years old, so he hadn't even reached his prime yet. So in the year 2000, down in Sydney, Australia, he'll probably be the favorite again in the super heavyweight division.
In the meantime, though, a quick check on the Dream Team. They beat Brazil 98-75. Here's a play that provides a little icing. Reggie Miller behind the back of Scottie Pippen, who had 13. Penny Hardaway leads the Dreamers with 14. Oscar Schmidt, all-time leading Olympic scorer, has 26 for Brazil. There he is getting a hug from Charles Barkley. USA on to the semifinal Thursday against Australia. In the other semi, the gold medal opponent for the Dreamers will be determined. Yugoslavia plays Lithuania.
It's day 12 of competition here at the Centennial Olympic Games.
Right now, it is actually Hemmings that is even with Batten. She's made up the stagger. Let's see if Batten's got something left as they move. Batten's beginning to move around the far turn. They've got 130 meters to go. Batten beginning to run this 100 meters faster than anybody else. Batten still half a step behind Buford, Bailey, and Hemmings. They're coming over hurdle number 8, and they're almost even. Here comes Hemmings. She's beginning to pull away a bit. Batten making a charge on her. Batten pumping her arms. It looks like it's going to be Hemmings first by about a meter. Batten in second. Buford, Bailey gets third. Jamaica takes home gold. The time 52 and 82 100ths of a second. Win not a factor. The gold medal goes to Jamaica.
Fair start. Gail Devers got away well. So did Inquist. So did Michelle Freeman. It is Michelle Freeman that has the lead. Inquist coming on. And coming down to the finish, it will be tight. Inquist and Vukovic of Slovenia. Inquist lean and maybe got the gold medal. What a surprise. The 26-year-old Vukovic of Slovenia and Ludmilla Inquist of Sweden with Gail Devers fading in the final half of the race.
The 13th day of competition here in Atlanta.
It is Atkins with the lead. On the outside is Robinson, not far behind Atkins. Atkins has about a step, maybe 2 steps on the field. Here comes Matete, charging down from the inside lane. It is Atkins still in the lead. Atkins powering his arms, lifting hard. Derek Atkins by 3 meters. Second place will go to Matete. And third place, maybe to the young American, Calvin Davis. We'll have to wait. It looks like bronze goes to Davis. The silver to Matete. And Olympic gold goes to Derek Atkins of Atlanta, Georgia.
Can Marie-José Perec pull off the double? She's out of the blocks well, so is Merlene Ottey. Ottey really running pretty well. Parlette Guidry coming on. Coming to the top of the home straightaway. Merlene Ottey is in front. Perec has some work to do. Marion Yachty is there, and so is Parlette Guidry. Ottey the lead, but here comes Perec, and Marie-José Perec has got the double. Flashing, Arnold Bolden away well. So is Frank Fredericks. And here comes Michael Johnson. They're
Carrie from Norway looking to her watch. We are into injury time. The United States leading 2-1, ready to claim the gold medal, the first ever awarded in women's soccer. China needs one last desperate rush up the field, but it's thwarted away by Brandy Chastain, and she's done that all night for the Americans. They play it to the corner. Karen Gabarra will run it down and pressure, and China must play it out.
Well, the U.S. is doing a great job of keeping the ball at the China end now, so they cannot mount an attack. China has a great history of coming back very late in games. They did it against the U.S., they did it against Brazil, and right now the U.S. is trying to get a substitution in to take a bit of more time off the clock, but that's not happening. But they do keep possession, which is the key thing here.
They still want to get the substitution in. It would be Cindy Parlow replacing Shannon McMillan. Here's McMillan. McMillan to the far line. McMillan fighting for the ball, and it goes out.
Referee looking at her watch. This is nail-biting time. How much time is left? One of the crazy things about soccer is you're never quite sure how much time is left, because she's had to add on the time that it took to take care of injury treatments. And now the U.S. just trying to keep possession, but they'd rather have it at the other end, and that's where they put it. Here comes Gabarra.
Gabarra gets it, but it's over. The United States has won the first ever gold medal in women's soccer, 2-1 over China.
Bell lap, less than a lap to go. Hamilton still leads. In second place, Dvorak. Busman is back to third. Fritz is fourth. Then Zmelik, and Dan O'Brien now is in ninth place. Struggling.
But still, Tom, he's only 75 meters behind the people that he must stay close enough to. That's less than half the distance of what he has to be. He does have a look of concern on his face, and the front runners are starting to pick it up. But I will stress that he's on sub-5-minute pace by quite a bit. It seems impossible for the athletes in front of him to really take the gold from him. They will close the gap, but not by enough. But Dan is not having very much fun right now.
Thomas Dvorak of the Czech Republic, who came into this event in third place, has the lead. Frank Busman, who is in second, closing on him. Hamilton now back to third. Fritz is fourth, then Zmelik. And O'Brien continues to struggle, but now reaches down and starts to pick it up. Incredibly, Dan O'Brien is kicking. Dan O'Brien is moving up as Dvorak wins. Busman second, Hamilton third, but Dan O'Brien, showing the courage of a world champion and an Olympic champion, is picking it up. Dan O'Brien trying to sprint to the finish, and Dan O'Brien takes the title of world's greatest athlete.
Dan O'Brien's best 1,500 meters in 4 years. He hasn't run that fast since he set his world record in 1992. And as you say, Tom, a courageous performance.
10 events and nearly spent. Dan O'Brien denied his chance at the Olympics when he was the favorite 4 years ago. Those tears, joy and sadness. But what an accomplishment. He has proven he is indeed the best in the world, and now has Olympic gold to prove it.
Back at the Georgia Dome, United States over Australia, 101-73, so they're headed to the gold medal game on Saturday.
If I can reach the stars, pull one down for you, shining on my heart, so you could see the truth. And this love I have inside is everything it seems. But for now I find
the Centennial Games begin to wind down. It's day 14 of competition here in Atlanta.
The last athlete to beat the Kenyans at this event was Francisco Pineda, the Italian who won the 1987 World Championships in Rome with a big kick. 4 years ago, Moses Kiptanui watched the Olympic Games unfold from a television set in London. He'd had tendinitis, had not made the Kenyan team. They offered him a spot. They said they would kick one of those that had made the team off, and he said, no, that wouldn't be right. I'll have my chance again. Here's his chance. They're on the last lap.
Halfway down the back stretch, and Kiptanui still in front, but his teammate Keeter is there to challenge. Kiptanui pulls away again. Lambroschini, the Italian, the only man that could possibly beat the Kenyans. Kiptanui still holding off Keeter. Lambroschini trying to move up, coming to the water jump. Keeter pulled even for a moment. Kiptanui jockeys back in front. The two Kenyans, Kiptanui and Keeter, they're running stride for stride, and Keeter forges ahead over this jump. It's Keeter in front, Kiptanui second, Lambroschini is far back. Coming, it'll be Keeter to win the gold medal. Kiptanui second, and Lambroschini third. Looks like Mark Krogan is going to finish fifth. Here's Barrer in fourth, and Krogan is indeed in fifth place.
Big last lap of under 60 seconds for Keeter as he pulls off one of the larger upsets of the games. We mentioned that Kiptanui was a little vulnerable because of illness, but Keeter, only third in the Olympic trials for Kenya, runs a personal best.
So the Kenyans run 1-2 and win yet another 3,000-meter steeplechase.
Good morning from Atlanta on this next to the last day of the Centennial Olympic Games.
Service winner, and once again he tiptoes toward the podium. Match point number 3. He's going to the home side box. Maybe that's better than gold, Mary.
Hey, for Andre, this doesn't just make his year, which has been a tough one. This makes his career. That's one of his very best friends, Gil Reyes, who's been training him and has always believed in him. What a good guy to have on your side. That Brad Gilbert, who's been coaching him the last couple of years. And the Davis Cup and Olympic coach, Tom Gullickson.
one of the quickest three-set matches of any season. 1 minute, 1 hour and 18 seconds. 1 hour and 18 minutes. As the Blitz Kid gets his goal.
And the race underway. Christy Gaines, the leadoff leg for the United States. She's out well. Jamaica is too. First baton pass coming up. Gaines to Devers. Pass is made, but they trail Jamaica. Gail Devers streaking down the backstretch, trying to catch the Jamaicans. Here's the third pass, the third leg being run right here. And the pass made to Ingram Miller of the United States. She runs the curve. Jamaica and the U.S. are right together. Merle Noddy anchors for Jamaica. Gwen Torrance for the U.S. Here's the top of the straightaway. Baton pass made. Gwen Torrance is in front. Merle Noddy is there. And down in the inside, the Bahamas giving a challenge. But here comes Gwen Torrance to win it for the U.S. Underway, and John Drummond pouring it on right out of the blocks. John Drummond gives the U.S. an early lead. He'll hand the baton to young Tim Harden. Here's the first pass. Successful pass. Harden blazing down the backstretch.
Canada's running very well, though, right now.
Canada has a slight advantage. Here's Mike Marsh for the U.S. They've got to catch the Canadians. Marsh approaching Dennis Mitchell for the ankle. Donovan Bailey will run it for Canada. Here's the last baton exchange. Canada has a short lead. Donovan Bailey has it for Canada. Here comes Dennis Mitchell of the U.S. But Donovan Bailey won't be caught. Canada will defeat the U.S. Bailey for Canada. U.S. second. Brazil third.
Now the questions begin, Tom. The questions begin. Would it have been different with Carl Lewis on this team? Either as the second leg or as the anchor leg.
The magnitude of the upset for the first time in Olympic history.
Standing ovation for the United States. John Stockton just running out the clock. Down to 10 seconds. U.S. 95-69 over Yugoslavia, and they are headed to the gold medal. And a little fake of a steal by Sasha Obradović to conclude matters. The United States has won the gold. So the U.S. making it 11 of the 13 Olympics that they have competed in, winning the gold medal. The two misses, 88 in Seoul when they finished with the bronze, and the controversial loss to the Soviets back in 1972. John Stockton holding on to the basketball as he did in Barcelona in 1992.
He's not going to let that one go. That's going on his trophy case.
Charles Barkley had an outstanding tournament. So Lenny Wilkins, who had some anxious moments, particularly in the first half of several of the games, including tonight, is able to guide the U.S. to the gold medal. NBA's all-time winningest coach with his staff, Jerry Sloan and Bobby Cremins, Glenn Haskins. And congratulations all around as the U.S. has defeated Yugoslavia 95-69.
Bye.
It's the final day at Atlanta's Centennial Olympic Games in the heart of the new American South. And the world has truly flocked to Georgia. Competitors from every corner of the globe. More nations represented here than at the United Nations. 197 in all. A true global athletes' village. Good morning. Welcome back to Atlanta for the 17th and final day.
And the cheers. Josiah Tagwani in the tunnel, making his entrance into Olympic Stadium. So, for the first time since 1948, 3 runners on the track together coming to the marathon finish. Josiah Tagwani has 1 lap of the track to become the first black South African to win an Olympic gold medal. Lee Bong-ju of Korea is second. Eric Wainaina of Kenya is third.
A 4.5-second lead as he turns to look to see just how big that lead is. No great turnover on Lee's part that indicates he's going to be able to close that gap.
Half lap remaining.
Tagwani, winner of the Cape Town Marathon earlier this year and the 1995 Honolulu Marathon.
Josiah Tagwani, a mine employee in Witbank, South Africa. This will be a milestone victory. Josiah Tagwani to the finish line. He's already celebrating. There he is. Josiah Tagwani, 2:12:35. Lee Bong-ju of Korea, the silver, and the bronze, Eric Wainaina of Kenya.
They're on their feet. The capacity crowd here at the Georgia Dome. Final seconds. There's the buzzer. It's official. The United States has the best women's basketball team in the world.
The flame that was lit by Muhammad Ali now lights the cauldron, and the 26th Olympiad has begun.
I declare open the Games of Atlanta, celebrating the 26th Olympiad of the modern era.
Tom Gold in lane 3.
you. Van Dyken by 1/100th of a second faster than a blink of the human eye. Jeff Rouse with 15 meters away from the wall. Jeff Rouse with the field closing on him. It's going to be very tight. Jeff Rouse reaching for the wall, and Rouse with the gold medal for the United States.
This is for a gold medal, an historic moment perhaps for the U.S. Carrie Strug running down the runway. She needs an okay score at least. She hits it. How she lands? She lands on one foot. She hurt herself. She hurt her left ankle. She's in pain. Carrie Strug, who had a chance to wrap it up. Let's wait and see her score. If it's in the 9.6s, I think she can win. She's in pain. 9.71. That should give the U.S. the gold medal. Carrie Strug, a courageous performance.
I'm just glad that we got the gold. It's like a dream come true, but I can't believe this happened, but it's okay. I think she gave it everything she had, and that's all we could ask for from her. And I think that we all just, we kept telling her we couldn't have done it without you, and we just want her to know how much, how thankful we are for her giving everything she had.
15 meters to the wall. Michelle Smith looking for her third gold of the games. Michelle Smith looking for gold. Michelle Smith of Ireland has hit the trifecta. Brooke Bennett looking for a gold medal for the 16-year-old. Brooke Bennett will win this in a landslide. Brooke Bennett, the first to touch the wall.
Actually, when I touched the wall, I pitched it, a real emotional moment. I did this race off of my grandfather.
And now finally touching, it is Janet Evans, as she will finish the same as her qualifying in 6th place.
I'm excited. It was nice to end my career in home soil. It was nice to wave to the fans and have them say, "Go USA, we love you, Janet." I didn't swim as fast as I wanted to this Olympics, but I came here for the experience, so it's been great, and I have no complaints.
Yi, the world record holder from China, being challenged by Van Dyken. Will be very close. Yi and Van Dyken. Yi and Van Dyken. Let's see who wins. It is Van Dyken.
I thought coming in here, if I could get, a relay gold or, best times, that I'd be happy, and I got 4 golds and all best times, so I'm happy.
It's Gary Hall in front. Gary Hall, the final 10 meters. All eyes focused on the clock. Get in there! He took it. World record! A world record for the U.S. Gary Hall touches 3 minutes, 34.84 seconds. The Americans win the last race here, and the Americans set a world record.
At approximately 1:25 a.m. this morning, an explosive device detonated in the Centennial Park downtown.
It was like a shock wave that hit you. You saw it, because we were looking that way anyways. You saw it, then you felt it.
And all of a sudden, boom, it went off. I thought a speaker exploded. People just got hit by shrapnel.
The Olympics will continue. The games will go on. The Olympic spirit will prevail. We must be firm in this. We cannot be intimidated by acts of terror.
It is Adi, it is Cards, and the winner in the photo finish, defending Olympic champion Gail Devers, I believe. It is a photo finish. I think it is Devers that gets the Olympic gold.
In my time of joy, it's also a time for sadness, and I want to tell the victims of the bomb that I'm definitely you in my prayers.
The gun is up. They're set. It's a fair start for change. The athletes are out very, very well. It is Bolden out well and Mitchell out well. It is Otto Bolden. Donovan Bailey closing well, and it's Donovan Bailey gets the title. Powell on the runway. Now he's trying to build as best as he can with speed down the runway. He plants the leg, and he takes off, and he can't do it. Oh, he just crushes into the sand and is not moving with a terrifically anguished look on his face. Lewis pumping his arms. He drops down. He lifts well. Good job. That's a very good job. Lewis has given everybody else something to remember tonight, and this crowd of about 80,000 is going wild.
To go from last night to almost not qualifying and then winning it is the biggest thrill of my entire career. There's no way I can top this, and I don't see how I can ever long jump again.
Johnson has a 3-step lead on the field. Johnson has a 4-step lead on the field. Johnson has about a 5-step lead on the field. Black is trying to hold on for second. Alvin Harris and Michael Johnson hits the finish line. 43 and 49/100ths of a second.
Preparing for the dismount. She's at the end of the beam right now. Raises her arms. Now, she takes her time. Does one flip. Now the dismount. She lands. And
Beautiful!
She nails it!
It was telling a storybook ending. We started with a gold medal. It was a little rocky in the middle, and it ended with a gold medal, so it was fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now our pleasure to declare reopen Centennial Olympic Park.
All I wanted to do is win a world championship and an Olympic gold medal. I did them both. I die tonight, I'd be the happiest man in the world. I love you, Mom. I did that one for you.
Johnson has the lead. He's holding the lead. Fredericks can't seem to gain on it. Holden's got third. Michael Johnson soared to a new Olympic and world best.
Coming home, I just felt really strong, and I knew I was running faster than 1966, but I had no idea how fast.
Dan pumping his arms, powering down the home stretch. And he is going to be the Olympic champion. Dan O'Brien, 40 meters to go. 30, 20. Dan O'Brien crosses the line.
I'm running around on the second lap. All I hear is USA, USA. I jogged on the road at home dreaming about that, but I got my family here, coaches, friends. It's very, very, very special. I'll never forget it.
I wanted this so badly. This year I trained so hard, and it's unfortunately I got hurt when I did. And still through the injuries, I thought, I'll be able to pull it off, but I accept this just like I accept the gold medals, and I'm still gonna hold my head up high.
We all know I got ripped off, but that's part of the boxing game. I gotta live with it. I'm just gonna take my bronze medal, and go home.
Playing for a medal was the greatest feeling I've ever imagined it could be, and certainly winning was, in my opinion, the best feeling ever.
Donovan Bailey first for Canada. Second place goes to the USA.
I think we put the best forward that the United States had to offer. We ran the best we could, and we just came up a little short.
It is going to be the USA taking home the gold, led by Gwen Targe. Black trying to hold on, Maybank powering away. USA is going to get the gold medal, 4x400 meters.
We're the best team in the world right now. 92, we were the best team in the world, but this team is terrific.
This has been exclusive coverage of the 1996 Summer Olympics from Westwood One Entertainment. Goodbye from Atlanta.